convey this message that Ananda Marga, one socio-spiritual organization, exists and doing some work. That much message we are not able to give to the whole population of the world. So at least we can able to take these two steps in every solution Baba has given in crowd, in dharma prachar, in education. If we can able to do 2% of the work what needed for whole world, the problem will be no more. So Baba used to solve all the problems of the margis and workers by taking that problem on himself, on his physical body. One time Baba was walking on the street and one nail went through Baba's shoes and Baba's feet was bleeding. And then Sulpan Dada was there, immediately tied some cloth and this and that. Then Baba, why you let this happen? You are Parapurusha. And why you let this happen? This one nail goes through your shoes and hurt you. Why you let this happen? Then Baba just smiled and said, at this exact moment, one monkey was cleaning the roof and he slept and he almost from 3-story building he was supposed to fall down, and after 3-story building if you fall down, what will happen? He will die. To save him, if I will get this much hurt, it's not much pain for saving someone's life. So Baba used to take all the trouble, like he went for us to the jail, he went through the torture for the saving the hunger problem of the world. He himself fasted for so many years. So he was taking all that trouble which whole society is suffering on himself. Otherwise, what is needed for him? He is Parampurusha, he can do anything. But he cannot interfere with Prakriti also. That's also we should learn in our organization also, that we should follow our conduct rules and everything, and whatever duty is given to people, we should not interfere to their duties also. So let them do their duty. Otherwise, you cannot poke your nose everywhere. No, it has to be done this way. This has to be done that way. So let's continue to the class. Okay, Chatura.
Mike.
The crucial role of water in Earth's civilization and survival. Earth's beginning were marked by the era of absolute silence and lifelessness.
Earth's beginning were marked by an era of absolute silence and lifelessness, persisting for hundreds of millions of years until the planet took its current form. This period was followed by the onset of rain and storms, gradually giving rise to life. The infusion of carbon atoms with vital energy, that is prana shakti, through rain combined with protoplasmic clash and cohesion was fundamental in this process.
So in evolution itself, the role of water is most important. All 5 fundamental factors are definitely needed for the life to evolve, but the water has very crucial role in it. And then oxygen also has very crucial role, but oxygen is, if we cannot breathe, then the oxygen and water, if we don't have, then the plants even cannot grow. If there is no water, like in desert, it's very difficult. But the Prakriti has certain miracles also to do. When I was posted in Kaira sector, I was asked actually how people survive in desert. And this funny thing, they told that how the animals, the bees survive in the desert. There is not many flowers, there is not many plants, but bees still survive. What they eat, where they collect the nectar. Even the wild flowers of the desert, they eat the pollen of that flower. And that pollen has so much vitality that they can survive. So the scientists are doing research on the plants of desert, that they have more vital energy and force. Like the Muslim people, after fasting, they eat date. I just asked, why you eat date? Oh, it's just our Quran says that after fasting you should eat date. But then I started thinking, figs and dates, where they grow? In desert. And that's why there is very less food. There is no fruits, no vegetables. So only dates and figs is the fruit. So it contains so much vitality that if you eat just one date or one fig, it will be enough for you to survive whole day. So that's why after fasting they were eating the dates. And dates are luxury also. After fasting we drink lemon water to cleanse ourselves. Date have also is a luxury effect. If you soak the dates, blind it and drink, it will just flush like anything. And prunes also similar. If you drink the prune juice, it's very luxury also. And these all grows in the desert. So in evolution, the water is the most important, and that's how the evolution has evolved. This picture I made in 2020, so the last one has 20. I should change to 2025 now. Okay, here is for kids, one video. Oh, can you put the sound?
Yes, yes.
उधर कल तो आ रहा था साउंड अच्छा So this is the tree. This is the tree of unity. और आ जाएगा. Okay, ready.
Water played a vital role in the evolution of our planet, and remains essential for the survival of all living beings. The absence of rain for even just 1 year would lead to the extinction of life on Earth, starting with the smallest organisms and culminating in human extinction. This underscores the indispensable role of water in maintaining the planet's ecological balance and supporting life.
Today I was speaking too much, so now I don't need to speak much, but these videos will speak for me. Want to see one more time? The fish is in the palm of the person's hand. And now see, just for one drop of water, how he's desperate. And the first drop drops in the mouth, and he can breathe. The fish can take oxygen only from water.
Addressing the imminent global water crisis. In the near future, many parts of the world will face a severe water crisis. Major rivers like the Ganga, Jamuna, and Thames are already heavily polluted, posing serious health risks even from minimal contact. To combat this crisis, reliance on rainwater is essential. Rainwater harvesting, the development of artificial rain through processes like helium use and redirecting ocean rain clouds to land are vital strategies. Simply constructing more deep tube wells is inadequate. Instead, a widespread effort to build ponds, canals, dams, lakes, and reservoirs to collect and store rainwater must be undertaken urgently. This proactive approach is the only effective solution to the impending global water crisis.
Nowadays, in many cities, the council and government is also suggesting that every house you should collect the roof water and make one pit filled with sand, and then let that rainwater go in that pit, and the groundwater level should increase. Every house, whatever wastewater is going in drain, is better to go underground and increase the water level. So Baba has given many solutions, but how much we are implementing them and how much water we are able to save. There is one interesting thing I came to know. Then I was in the SS Berlin that time, and I heard in discussion there was Coca-Cola company was having meeting how they can increase the sale of Coca-Cola so they can get more benefit. And everybody has to give suggestion. And who are their competitors? So Thumbs Up and other Limca and other cold drinks company, they are competition. So how we can make our product better, tempting, how to do advertisement and then stop this other cold drink people to stop. And one person came and said, we don't worry about our other competitors. Our main competitor is water. We have to fight against water. So if people won't get the pure drinking water easily available, and if Coca-Cola is easily available, they will automatically drink Coca-Cola. So our main competitor is not other cold drink company, our main competitor is water. And then you think that before, when our childhood, we used to go in river and drink water direct from the river. We go to the well and drink direct water from the well. We used to go 24 hours, there is used to water, at least in the city, main area. And 24 hours water, we just go and drink water. We don't have even pots to keep the water. We just drink direct from the tap. In school, we just drink direct from the tap. We remember. But now you ask children, they say, oh, how can you drink the water from the tap directly? You will get sick. And now we are also facing same problem, that we have to boil the water or buy the mineral water. And this mineral water, how many months is sitting in that bottle, we don't know. In old days, we used to have clay pot, and every day we fill that clay pot, and we will throw that water next day and fill the fresh water. Otherwise, we won't drink that water which is 25-year-old. Oh no, this water is old. But now this water is months and months in the plastic bottle. The chemicals of the plastic is also coming in the water, and we are drinking that. There is one research that the biologists studied, that all the rivers, they are having more female fish than male fish. The reason behind it is that all the plastic is going to the river, and this plastic has a gelatin in it, the main component, and that gets into the water, and then the male fish are not getting produced, because the chemical is making only female fish to get born. So that's the problem is we are facing it. So the capitalist company, to make their product more sellable, they are using all these techniques. All the river water is polluted, all the well water is not drinkable, all the bore you put, that water is not drinkable. They will say there is too much mineral content and this and that. Test the water, and if it is not drinkable, you cannot drink. So we are forced to buy mineral water, so they are making money from the water. And then next, after 20 years, there will not be fresh air to breathe free. You have to buy oxygen cylinder and carry on your back to breathe it. So there will be business of selling oxygen also. So the capitalist mentality is to make you suffer and buy things for your survival also.
Global water crisis statistics. Water scarcity affects 40% of the global population. 2.3 billion people live in water-stressed areas. One in nine people worldwide lack access to safe drinking water. 80% of wastewater globally is released into the environment without adequate treatment. India's specific water crisis statistics. India is home to 18% of the world's population, but has only 4% of world's freshwater resources. 600 million people in India face high to extreme water stress. 70% of India's water resources are contaminated. India's per capita water availability has decreased by 70% since 1950.
So that's the present we are living with. So India has the highest population, 18% of population, but we have only 4% fresh water resources. And out of that fresh 4%, how much general public, every person is getting that. Only in the city people, there is a water is government makes available, but all the villages, they have to maybe, like in Africa, in Ghana, In morning you can see the line of people, even the small children carrying small pots, buckets and going 2 kilometers away, bring the water from the river. It's very dirty water, but still they have to walk 2 miles to bring that water home and then filter it and drink it. So that's the situation all around the world.
Understanding calamities in the physical sphere, natural and human induced. In the physical sphere, calamities can be classified into two types, natural and human induced. While today most calamities are caused by human actions, natural disasters such as typhoons, floods, droughts, and earthquakes still occur. However, the notion of a doomsday is a misconception rooted in dogma. Human-induced calamities primarily stem from societal bifurcation and trifurcation. Examples include the conflict between Israelis and Palestinians and the recent war between North and South Vietnam, which illustrates bifurcation, the division of India into three separate nations, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh, exemplifies trifurcation. These divisions lead to conflict and unrest, adding to the challenges humanity faces.
So there is always this conspiracy theories are always, even this twin tower fall, there is conspiracy theory also. Everything happens, there is conspiracy behind it. But sometimes there is reality also. That 1,000 years before they used to say the India Sone ki chiriya thi. It's like a golden age for India. And we can consider that once Mahabharata was over, the India was progressing and all the economically, all the social, educational, everything was very stable and India progressed. There was no wars because every war was quiet and every king were under the Pandavas' rule, so they have to obey them. So India was progressing economically, socially, culturally and everything. And like they say, Pandava ruled after Mahabharata 35 years, then they left the kingdom. So India was, why India was so rich? And then the Muslim intruders, they came and they were in Afghanistan and desert area, and they don't have much food. So those business people, they used to travel from India to Europe carrying the goods and selling the goods, bringing the money back to India. And these robbers in desert, they used to rob them. And they find that, oh, these Indian people are so rich. Why not? We have many robbers. Let's go and attack India and just loot something and come back. So they used to come, attack and take the money, gold and whatever they get, run away. So keep on attacking and attacking. And India, after this Buddhist and Jainism, they decided not to fight. Okay, if you want to attack, we don't want to fight with you. We have enough. You can just take whatever you want. We don't want to fight. And it was easy for them. Just come with swords. Okay, take whatever you want. And when they go back, they will earn again money because they know how to earn money. So there was no problem because they were strictly following ahimsa. They were not fighting. But then these robbers decided that every time, why we should take so much effort of going to India and again bring back and live in such a desert. Let us just go there and rule India. And they attacked and they put 4 Kshatrapas around. And then this Kshatrapa has to send the money to Afghanistan or to their bosses. And then finally this warriors from India, those kings who fight against them, they just butcherly kill them. And then Vikramaditya, he was the one, his father was also killed. He ran away in the forest, he learned martial art and everything. He made his army and he defeated all these 4 Kshatrapas ruling in east, west, north, south. And then again India was free from. But they kept on attacking. and taking the wealth. And then British also came. They say that every week almost tons of the gold was sent to the London, and every valuable thing from India, including Kohinoor era. One time Baba was in reporting, Baba told that, do you know what is Kohinoor era? So we all just know that Kohinoor is the valueless diamond. It is there were no wealth can buy this. That much expensive it is. Then Baba said this Kohinoor is the name given by Muslim rulers. The original name of Kohinoor is different. And then Baba told this in Krishna's time, Krishna was wearing this diamond on his crown, and this is used to call Swayamtak. That's the name of the Kohinoor era was Swayamtak. Then he said this belongs to Krishna, and after that it went to many rulers, and then finally the Muslim rulers they have, then finally British took that Kohinoor to the London. But Baba said that this Kohinoor has a certain effect. It belongs to India, and if it comes back to India, then India will again progress. But if it doesn't come to India, wherever it is, that country will go down. And since that Kohinoor is gone to India, London, they used to say that sun never sets in British kingdom. But now the sun doesn't even rises in London. Maybe in the 1 year, maximum 2-3 days they will see the sun. And that day the school teachers will say, today is holiday because we can see the sun. Go and play in the beach and enjoy. So that's the situation of London. And so much wealth is taken, but still economically London is going down. Then finally they have to make Ruchi Sunuk to save the economical problem. But then again he was also removed. So that's the situation of London also. So Baba asked them, this belongs to the Krishna. So then some Dada said, oh Baba, then it belongs to you because you are the past life Krishna. So then said, who want to bring the Kohinoor from London? Then one Dada, American Dada, he raises them. I will go and bring that Kohinoor. Then Baba said, you are putting your hands up, but it's not possible for you to bring the Kohinoor. And when I was in London as a SS, I wanted to see the Kohinoor. So especially I bought, usually I don't pay money to go to the museum. Why to waste the money? So, but I wanted to see Kohinoor, so I went, bought the ticket of London Tower. It's kept in London Tower. So I went inside and I saw the crowns of Raja Jai Singh and many kings and their valuable diamonds on their crown. And this Kohinoor also is such a big diamond. It's purely white. And it's, I have seen that, so I just remember that. I thought that maybe I should pick it up and bring it. But there is very high security there. You cannot even touch that box even.
According to economic historians, till Aurangzeb's time, India was first in the economy. But British people took over, no, particular East India Company. After the first this Plazi war near Buxar, within 100 years, they looted $65 trillion of money from India, dollars, in terms of dollars, they looted that. After that, after this Sipahi period, British crown directly started interfering in India's governance. So exploitation little bit started. But as long as this East India Company was there, they used to interfere in small kingdoms. They would take in the form of artifacts and they would loot the, after this treaty and other things, they would take a lot of money. And more than 50% of that, British rich people enjoyed that honor. Oxfam studies are recently, some 50 days back, they released that.
One study was there that before British, there was not a single beggar in India. That was the British Macaulay, I think, Macaulay. He wrote, there is not a single poor beggar I have found in India. And they said, why India is so rich? Then he said that nobody will able to conquer India because India's economic system is very strong. India's education system is very strong. And if you want to conquer India, then you have to pollute the educational system make them slave education system, and economy we have to destroy. And that's why they were bringing all the finished nylon polyester cloths to India to suppress the original khadi from India. Every village they used to make the clothing before, and every small traders they have their business. But now if you see the small market is there, all the small business are finishing. And all we are also getting habitual of to buy. Just go one place, you can buy shoes also, you can buy food also. Beforehand, if you find the shoes in the grocery shop, you will not buy even grocery, because you cannot allow your shoes to your inside the house. In our kitchen, definitely not. In our puja room, definitely not. But now in supermarket, you can find everywhere. We are getting polluted with our thoughts also. So that's the system is used. Our rivers got polluted, our wells got polluted, our education system is changed from Gurukul to Montessori and kindergarten, and then German actually one education is he started this Stana, and it's also basically similar like Gurukul. All the mind training is there in Stana education, and now India also Stana is opening some schools, and all over world this Stana education is becoming popular. So Baba has given this neohumanistic education that we have to make popular. So this neohumanistic education is nothing but Gurukul education.
Total water on Earth approximately 1.386 billion cubic kilometers of water exists on Earth. Distribution of water on Earth, oceans, seas and bays of the Earth's water is found in these salty bodies, ice caps, glaciers and permanent snow of the Earth's water is frozen in these forms. Groundwater, 1.7% of the Earth's water is stored underground. Freshwater lakes, rivers and wetlands, 0.3% of the Earth's water is found in these freshwater bodies. Atmosphere, 0.04% of the Earth's water is present in the atmosphere as water vapor. Freshwater availability. Only about 2.5% of Earth's water is freshwater. Approximately 0.77% of Earth's water is readily available for human consumption. Underground water usage. According to the International Association of Hydrogeologists, about 30% of the world's freshwater withdrawals come from groundwater sources. In the United States, for example, the groundwater accounts for about 44% of the country's drinking water.
I mostly work in Australia. So in Australia there is one famous place called Ayers Rock. It's actually Aboriginal name is Uluru, but Ayers, he was the British person went there. So he claims that he found this rock. So his name is given Ayers Rock. And it's just middle of Australia. It's a desert, and many tribal people they live there. And that Uluru Rock is like their spiritual place. Like we have Krpamayananda and Kailash and Manas Sarovar. Like this Uluru Rock is a very sacred place for them. There are many caves there, and they all the baby naming ceremony, then teenagers ceremony and Diksha ceremony happens there. And they say this rock is actually different than other rocks. Usually all the mountains at the base they are very wide and the peak is very small. But this Uluru rock is opposite. The top is very wide and the base is going down very pointed. So they say this is not a mountain, but it is the comet which came from outside and it got buried under the... So when the comet is coming down and it went inside the desert, that's why the shape is upside down and is pointed down and up is quite big. So in that area, many tribal people are living. Now that is a tourist place, but there is no water. Only half an hour in a year there is a rain. Only half an hour in the whole year it's a rain. But all the animals, all the tribal people, they are surviving there. just with that. So they know how to use water very carefully. And even the ants and these, they are also very different. There are honey ants there. You might not have heard the honey ants, so you have know the honey bees, but there are ants. They collect the honey because they survive for a whole year. So on the tail they have a big balloon like this, and they store all the honey in that back of their tail. And when there is no food, they are actually eating the honey from that. So different species get created according to the need. So the first time I saw the honey ants, and the Aboriginal people, they actually pick up that ant and then they bite back and take that honey to survive. So these Aboriginal people now complaining that all the animals and plants in that area are dying. Why they are dying? Because this Ayers Rock become a tourist place. Many tourists comes there, and many lodges are there, many hotels are there, and there is no water. For tourists, they need to take bath. Aboriginal, they don't take bath at all because there is not enough water. But now for tourists, they have to do the bore and take the water from the ground. Otherwise, where there is water? And now the water level is going down, 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 down. And all the animals and all the butterflies and this, they somehow used to survive. But now they are not surviving. So that's Aboriginal people are telling that close this tourist industry. We don't want these tourists to come here. We used to live very happily here, but now our survival is difficult. So that's how statics you can see here that 1.386 billion cubic kilometer that much water is there, and then the fresh water which is in river, it's only 0.3% of it. And in that also we are polluting. All the rivers and wells are polluted. So it's not drinkable water anymore. We cannot drink from that. We have to filter it, we have to process it, then only we can drink it. And from that also there's some groundwater is very little. And America using is 30% of groundwater. So Australian people actually complain that in Australia there are not many industries. But the worst situation is Australia because there are ozone pockets are there, and the sun rays, ultraviolet rays and this harm rays, they actually stop by this ozone layer, and only that's why we don't get skin cancer. But Australia has a lot of skin cancer because there are a lot of ozone layer pockets are there. The sun rays actually, you can feel in Australia while you are driving, your hands start getting burned. And why the ozone layer in Australia is getting so bad? There is not much industry, but all the industries in America, all the pollution comes toward Australia and making the pockets of ozone layer in Australia. So they are blaming actually Australia. It should compensate for the problem of the skin cancer in Australia. In the Second World War, Japan and Germany, they have to pay compensation because of the war. But British people, 1,000 years they have ruled and looted so much, and they divided Bangladesh and Pakistan to keep us always in trouble, so that India should remain beggar. And that's what they propagated, that India is a beggar country. So they made themselves, looted everything, but still the wealth is not actually gold, diamonds and everything. The wealth is the youth of the India. When every person works, they generate the wealth. Even after so much gold is taken out of India, actually India has bought 2 times more gold what they have looted. So double of the gold has come back to India. Because every Indian on Deepavali, those who are middle class, at least they will buy 1 tola or 1 gram of gold. Because in Deepavali, it's a tradition that we have to buy gold. So 1 billion people, out of that even 50 million also buy just 1 gram, how much gold it becomes. And every year, so much smugglers and all this, they are bringing gold to make the business. So the main wealth is not on the gold diamonds, but the main wealth is the work what you put. So that's why Baba mentioned that the money has to be rotated. Money has no value. Okay, let's go ahead.
Environmental destruction and its consequences. Calamities also arise from environmental destruction and indiscriminate exploitation of subterranean resources like coal, oil, and water. One of the most significant causes of environmental destruction is deforestation. This has led to rain clouds which once precipitated on regions like Magadh, now raining over the Arabian Sea, contributing to its rising water levels and increasing salinity in the Bay of Bengal. This results in a higher water level around the Indian coastline, decreasing the land area and escalating soil erosion. Consequently, the proportion of water on the globe is expanding while land is diminishing due to deforestation. Another significant factor is the exploitation of subterranean resources, creating deep cavities that need to be properly filled. In some countries, sand is used to fill these cavities left by underground coal mining. If unfilled, these cavities make surrounding regions more susceptible to earthquakes and can severely weaken the Earth's surface structure, leading to potential collapses of entire regions.
When Baba went to Anandnagar, he actually predicted that in near future the whole area near Anandnagar is coal mining. All this Ranchi and Bokaro and lots of coal mining is there. So government rule is that if you take the coal out, then the cavity you have to fill with sand. But all this coal contract is given to the private companies. Before, government used to do the coal mining and they used to fill the sand because government job that one. But now it's privatization. So private people, they are taking the coal out, but to put the sand, they have to buy the sand and then fill that, and the labor cost is there, then purchasing of land cost is there. So private people want to make more profit. So what they are doing is just taking out the coal and start filling. And that's becoming the problem. The cavity is remaining as it is. They just superficially do something, and what happens? The whole earth will sink down. And Baba said that in future, this all Anandnagar will be surrounded by water because that will get filled. All the cavity cannot remain as cavity. It has to get filled by either sand or by earth itself or by water. So if there is too much rain, then that rain will go in that cavity and everything will sink down. So now I have one question that still for construction, before all the construction where lots of wood was used. In the house there were wooden partitions. In Australia it's used to call Queenslander house. Means they will have big stems of the tree and the whole house, wooden house, is kept on the stumps. So all the houses were made of wood because there were plenty of wood was there. But now we can see in India and Europe, there is not much wood is there in construction. All the iron and steel and cement is used. But still lots of wood is needed. The paper what we are using in the schools and companies, from where this paper comes from? It comes from the wood. So wood or grass or whatever it is, mostly paper comes from the wood. There is not much wood all over Europe. So in Europe we have been, it's only cypress, Christmas trees are there. Not varieties of trees are there. India and Asia, there is varieties of trees are there. But there is not much, and they are not cutting their own trees. But they still need lot of trees for industries. So where they are getting the trees is from Africa. So every day, hundreds of ships goes toward from Africa coast, especially from West Africa to Europe, carrying tons of wood, big logs. You can see on the videos. So they are cutting the forest from the Africa, and they say that Amazon is the lung of the earth. because the Amazon is the biggest forest and that is producing so much oxygen that whole earth is getting enough oxygen to breathe because of Amazon. So it is called Amazon is the lungs of earth. But every country has some forest and that's the lung of that country. If these all forests are gone, then there will be less oxygen. So now up you can see all the green is there and lots of trees, but they are getting chopped to make houses. And down you can see is the desert. On the rock there is some grasses there, and you can see the ocean. Now my question is that why there is no forest near ocean? Yes? Why salty water is there is no forest? What is the effect of salty water?
Side of there is mobs are there. Those who are cultivating the land. Many those mobs will die because of the salty water.
But in salty water there are a lot of living organisms are there. Salty water animals, species are there. Those freshwater fishes cannot survive in salty water. But there should be some plants they should survive in salty water. There are many plants under the ocean also. They are surviving in salty water. But why not on the beach? Only you can see the coconut water trees there. Coconut tree can survive. Actually, to plant coconut tree, you have to put one bag of salt and then plant the coconut tree. But why not much grass there? Why not other trees?
Sand.
Sand. So one is salty water as first said. Second is sand.
There is no humus in sand.
There is no?
Humus.
Okay, good. What else? What is characteristic of salt? The naturopath people can tell. What is characteristic of salt?
वो destroy करता है ना, जैसे कोई body death हो गया, कोई जानवर का हो गया, तो वो क्या करते हैं? पहले गड्ढा खोदकर उसको डालते हैं, तो वो सारा salt उसमें डालते हैं, ताकि उसका body जल्दी से वो ये हो जाए, destroy हो जाए, उसका हम उसके ऊपर मिट्टी डालते हैं। और उसमें 8 फॉर्म्स होता है जो कि कल्टीवेट करता है मिट्टी को। ब्लैक मिट्टी होता है, उसमें मैन्योर डालते हैं, उसमें तो ये के लायक होता है, तो उपज के लायक होता है। लेकिन जब अर्थवॉर्म जो है सॉल्टी वाटर के चलते, सॉल्ट के चलते वो उसका बॉडी उसमें सर्वाइव नहीं कर पाएगा, तो कार्य नहीं कर सकता, फिर वो कैसे वो ग्रो करेगा कोई भी प्लांट। Can we associate with the pickles?
Yes.
The pickling system, the pickles we prepare pickles. When you associate.
Okay, pickle we prepare in the salt.
No, yeah, because
What?
the life is there, the cells is multiplied, and to stop that, that is why we add salt to that. That is
So
the
salt-
way you associate.
So salt is doing like a preservation.
Yes.
So things you want to preserve for long, then you put salt or sugar, so the bacteria doesn't come and doesn't get rotten,
Is that,
and then it becomes pickle instead of getting rotten.
is that the same?
Coming close. What else? Little bit brainstorming, but good answers are coming. I am asking the yes.
In sand, soil fertility is very less. Then stability of the soil is very poor. Percolation is very high, so that roots that soil will not sand will don't hold the water. One thing, and there are trees. It's called like mangrove trees or mangrove forests are there, but will be found in temperate tropical region. The trees won't be there.
So the fibrous, yes, that's good. The young generation is answering now.
There is no forest around the ocean because the temperature of the ocean is same.
Wow, very good. And the air from the ocean also makes the difference. The fresh air and ocean, this very humid, very
Heavy.
that's very good answer. Thank you.
Where do you say?
The,
Where do you say?
tell again your answer.
Why there are no any forest around or the jungle around the ocean? Because the temperature around the oceans are same. That's why.
Temperature
And the air coming from the ocean that makes the plants too difficult to survive. So especially the like cactus trees, they don't need much water. So they can survive in desert because just little water they need. Even some trees they can take the water from the humidity of the air also. That much water is also enough for them. One tree I saw in Australia, the roots are up and the leaves are down. It's like a kalpavruksha. I have seen that tree. So just all roots are up. And these roots are absorbing the water from the atmosphere. Because especially there is no underground water, so the tree has made itself upside down. So I can take the water from the air. Actually, it's a real tree. I have seen that the roots are up and the leaves are down and trunk is down. So nature does funny things, something like that. But I want the one answer which naturopath and healers can tell. How the salt is used for healing. When you have pain in the leg, what is recommended? Take the hot water, put the black salt or something, put your leg, and all the pain get absorbed, isn't it? So what the ocean is doing? Ocean is taking all the pain of the earth. Isn't it? All this salty water and all the rivers and everything is coming to the ocean, and all the salt from underground also there is some water goes to the ocean also. So, but it's very less from the river. That's what Baba told, that river water, we should not allow it to go direct to the ocean, but let it go through the underground. So, the earth will also get healing effect of that. And basically, means if when the ocean is absorbing all the poison of earth, means all around this sand and this, it's all the salty. And the normal grass and normal trees, they have fibrous roots and they need a lot of fresh water, which is not available. And salty water, even the freshwater fish cannot survive in salty water. Salty water fish cannot survive in fresh water. So that's how nature keeps the balance of it. And but if we able to plant many coconut trees, cactus trees, then we can able to stop that problem also, that people living near oceans will get benefit with coconut water, because there is not much fresh water there, but coconut has already fresh water, even though it is absorbing salty water from the ocean and sand, but still it has capacity. Somebody asked that the trees are more smart than us. For us to fetch the water from ground to the tank, we need pump, but the coconut tree is more smart. It doesn't need any pump, it doesn't need any electricity. It just does by itself and gives you fresh water up on the tree, almost like 10 meter high.
This nearby sea is not totally true that green vegetation and trees will not be there nearby the sea. If you see the Malabar coast and the Karavali region, so plenty of greenery is there, trees are there. It all depends upon the, according to me, depends upon the soil. So nearby, Western Ghats are nearby that Arabian Sea. So there lot of green vegetation is there.
It's depend on geography also.
Totally about that region.
The mountains and hilly areas and this, and rain also is much affects.
Sand is important to know because of the loose nature of the sand. So big trees cannot, the roots cannot go inside the earth. Otherwise, if there is strong mountains and other things, green vegetation you can find near Gokarna, these South Kerala region, if Udupi and Uttar Western Kannada, this entire Malabar coast. Ghat area is there, plenty of vegetation, big trees are there.
So here also you can see there is some rock is there and all the grass is growing on that rock. But on this sand there is no grass. because it cannot survive. Just wind blows and the grass is also blown away.
Yeah.
But it's holding with this rock. All the grass is growing at that because of there is a rock there.
And Dada, why did you tell that other way to grow coconut and cactus? Why cactus should be grown?
Because it doesn't need much water at all.
How it will help humans?
Because in Africa, I ate actually cactus fruit.
Yes.
So it has a lot of small thorns. If you just touch the tree, you cannot even remove these small tiny thorns. So there is a special way to pick up you have to take some cloth or plastic bag in hand, pick up the fruit and then open the fruit and inside you can eat. And just so much vitality is there. Because there is no food, there is no water, so the plant to make the fruit, it has to take so much minerals and this. So it has so much vitality there. So even in that area, people don't grow normal vegetables and fruits. If they can eat cactus fruit, that one fruit will be enough for a whole day for you. So that much strength it has, vitality yes, it has. Okay.
River water volume approximately 2001 cubic kilometers of water flows through rivers annually. River water just discharges into oceans about 90% of river water. Flows directly into the oceans through surface runoff. Underground flow into oceans, around 10% of river water seeps into the ground and eventually flows into the oceans through underground aquifers. Surface and underground flow comparison. Surface flow 90%, underground flow 10%. Water cycle, to put this into perspective, the total water cycle involves evaporation of
Cubic kilometer per year.
that is 5 lakhs cubic kilometers and precipitation of 5 lakhs cubic kilometers per year. Runoff is 44,800 cubic kilometers per year.
So that much river water actually is going through surface and underground to the ocean. So why not then there will be water crisis? And even this small amount we are getting, that is also we are polluting. So that's why the major, otherwise there will not be any crisis. The Prakriti has made such a system that there will be enough water, enough food. It says that India has capacity to feed entire population of the human being, entire population of animals, birds. That much capacity India has to give food and water. That many rivers India has that no other country has. In Africa, just only one Nile is providing water to all African countries. But India has so many rivers, so many fertile land. But now with this green revolution, the America has given that you can do this chemical fertilizers and this, and you can yield your crop 2 times, 5 times more. But now we are destroying, making our organic soil into non-organic, it's into chemical. So what they want is to destroy our agriculture industry and depend on American industry to purchase the food. So it's just you have to buy your water, you have to buy your food, you cannot grow yourself. So the system is made that you will not get fresh water, you will not grow food anymore in your country, you have to buy from us. And these are statistics not in the seminar book, but I just collected statistics from the websites.
Exploring the main cause of drought. Drought occurs due to 3 primary causes: deforestation, low pressure systems over oceans and seas, and shifts in the angular movement of celestial bodies like the sun, comets, nebula, and galaxies. deforestation. The indiscriminate destruction of plants leads to drought as it prevents the earth from being nourished by fibrous roots. These roots absorb and hold significant amounts of water, slowly releasing it into the soil. An example is seen in Bengal's paddy fields, where water continues to trickle down channels even during dry seasons thanks to the roots of standing crops. When such crops are harvested, the water supply dries up. This cause of drought is human induced and can be mitigated through concerted efforts in reforestation and responsible land management. Low pressure systems. These systems over oceans and large sea contribute to drought conditions. While this cause is currently beyond human control, advancements in meteorological and marine sciences might allow for partial influence and mitigation in the future. Governs angular movement of celestial bodies. Sudden changes in the movement of the sun and other celestial bodies also contribute to droughts. This cause is beyond human control but can be addressed through the grace of supreme consciousness and positive microvita by following the path of high-minded and ethical living. By understanding and addressing these causes, we can take steps toward mitigating the impacts of droughts and fostering a more resilient environment. Celestial movements and their can we go to the last point, the third one. So can you please explain the third one?
Baba actually explained that sometimes this disaster happen by unusual things happens. So if the pole shifts, then the whole earth was flooded, and actually in the my memory class in schools there was some questionnaires, and in that there is one funny question is there: how many species Moses took on the ark when there was whole earth was flooded. So he had carried a few species to survive. So how many types of he took? So 2, 4, 8, 12 number was there, or none? So what is the answer?
We took some animals.
So species is asking. So
Fish.
he took all the species of animals to, like one couple of bird, one type of
Some that fly,
male and
some
female
that-
like this.
Yeah,
So
some that fly, some the land animals keep it, something like that.
so just one he took male and female, and then when flood was over, they can reproduce again. But this question is tricky. He is asking how many Moses took. Moses never took it. It's a Noah's Ark.
Yes.
It was so. It's similarly here that when this catastrophe happens, one comet hits the Earth, and Earth may shift its North Pole and South Pole. What happens then? The whole ocean is on the top of the Earth, and then all that ocean water will flood the entire Earth, and nobody can survive because everything is upside down. Why it happens? Just think that why it is happening. Now the 2/3 of land is under the ocean, and now we are taking all the minerals and everything from the oil and everything from the earth. And earth is also needs lubrication. Every machine needs oil for lubrication, otherwise it not move. The earth is moving around itself and moving around the sun also in 362 years without any petrol. But to send one rocket to the sun or moon, we are spending so much petrol. But earth is doing by itself. So if we taking all the earth's resources and then it's all finished, like now there is a scarcity that no more will be petrol and oil, then how we can run our cars? So they are trying to develop hydrogen engine and this engine and that electricity battery engine, because one day this all petrol and diesel will be finished. So what nature has to do? Nature has to turn upside down the earth, and the whole land mass will go under the water, and the fresh land will be available to again evolution to start. And then under the ocean, what are all the minerals and petrol which nature is keeping for the future generation, it will be used for them. But if we just continue this, so the nature has its own thing. So many times our mistakes, our karmas is affecting even earth also, entire solar system also, even entire universe also. So we have to be careful. That's why Baba gave simple rule. Finite resources you have to use wisely. But infinite resources you can use as much as possible. Like sunlight, you can use as much as possible. There is no problem with that. But petrol and diesel, even it is billions of tons, but still it is finite. So you have to use very carefully. The water, we should not waste water. Every drop has to be saved. Like one fish is dying on the palm, but just one drop, he gets, see the facial expression and the fish, how he's happy. Just, I am surviving now. Just one drop. And then it's nicely swimming on the palm also. So let's read again.
Celestial movements and their impact on God. Sudden changes in the angular movement of celestial bodies, like comets and meteors, can cause drought by disturbing Earth's natural processes. Predetermined paths of some celestial bodies allow astronomers to predict their impact, but sudden appearances can disrupt seasons. This strong gravitational pull prevents cloud formation, known as Avadhuta in Sanskrit. Moreover, deviations in celestial bodies due to positive and negative microvolta affect Earth's weather patterns and lead to ecological imbalances. These disturbances can impair human minds and nerve cells, highlighting the importance of maintaining both external and internal ecological balance for spiritual and physical well-being. This balance is essential to ensure harmonious movement towards ecological equipoise and spiritual progress.
That's why whenever comet comes or when there is eclipse, it's not every day time happens, but when rarely sometime happens, that will make impact on environment also. That's why traditionally India, they feel that when eclipse is there or when comets comes, then you should stay in the house, don't look at the sun. Some restrictions are there because there is a certain different type of vibration is getting created that may affect you also. The air also may get polluted also. That comet may be bringing the toxic air or vibration from other place. That's why our ancient sages has recommended that you should not drink water during the eclipse, or when comet comes you should follow certain rules. I wanted to finish this class 11:30, but it's still going up.
Exploring the main cause of drought. Droughts occur due to three primary causes: deforestation, low pressure systems over oceans and seas, and shifts in the angular movement of celestial bodies like this.
Oh yeah, we have done already. Okay, so we have done this one. Then I will just go fast now. We don't need to read everything. So the hidden hazard of well irrigation. So Baba is explaining about this vegetation loss, soil contamination. Then Baba is explaining about different irrigation methods, and then how even this Baba don't recommend to have the big dams, but he wanted to have small dams. In big dam happening, a lot of land is also getting west, and if you have this small dams, and there is danger also. If some earthquake happens and the dam wall gets collapsed, then entire population, everything is get wiped out. It's a big danger is also there. So that's why Baba recommends this to have a small dam. So all the groundwater in more area will be covered. evolution and then we can see that all evolution is happening and all the civilization is near the rivers. Like most of the civilization developed near rivers.
River valleys.
River valley civilization, Baba is talking itself. The then power of afforestation, sustaining water system and increasing rainfall. So there are different ways to increase rainfall. Like in Ghana, they spray from helicopter that the clouds which are coming from Burkina Faso or something, they spray and then they get the water. But other countries are complaining. You are spraying the clouds and then the clouds, you are taking all the water and empty clouds coming to our country. So we are not getting water. So they are complaining that you should not spray.
Now they are not doing it.
Now they are not doing because it's a big complaint is there. So strategic afforestation. So Baba also recommended in Australia, whenever we have citizenship, we get one plant donated by government. So in our master need, every Dada's citizenship there is one plant and it is growing there. So we call, oh, this is previous SS Dada's plant, this is the new SS Dada's plant, this is the SES plant. So every tree has some posting there. So water conservation to strategic crop management. So Baba explained the mixed crop system also. So how we can get, sometimes monocrop is affecting, many diseases coming through monocrop. But if you have turmeric plantation along with paddy, if you have done different like flower trees also, they will stop insect also. So that's why the Baba recommended this, and then some roots they release the nitrogen, and like peanuts and this they need a nitrogen. So if you do this mixed cropping, that will help each other. And if we see that the trees also knows that there is a bacteria, there is earthworms in the soil, and when there is no rain, this earthworm will die. So that time these trees fibrous roots are releasing the water back to the earth. So the earthworms they come to the roots and they can get the water from there. So they are helping actually each other. And if the earthworms, whatever they eat, the tree is getting manure of that also. So they are actually helping each other. But we are taking help from the plants and animals, but we are not doing anything for them, but we are eating them also for food. Okay, the last one you can read.
The critical role of forest in water conservation. Human deforestation along river banks has led to the drying up of many rivers. Historically, large boats used to play the Mayurakshi River in Bengal, but deforestation has reduced the river to a smaller scale, highlighting the importance of forests in regulating water flow. Forest trees store water in their root systems and release it gradually, maintaining consistent river flow. To address water conservation, the amount of existing surface water should be increased, preferably tenfold, through a decentralized approach. This involves deepening and expanding existing ponds, tanks, dams, lakes, rivers, and reservoirs, and planting more trees around them. Afforestation should be intensified by increasing the number of plant rows fivefold and reducing the distance between plants by half. Additionally, constructing many new small-scale water storage facilities is crucial. Surface water should always be prioritized over subterranean water. It's time to prepare and act on detailed water conservation plans to address the current environmental challenges.
So that's why Baba recommend to plant trees along the river bank. So when the river is dry, these roots will again release the water, so the river flow will be still there. And Baba actually, it's surprising that many of the secrets even scientists doesn't know, but Baba is Param Purusha. He knows actually even in the animal mind what is happening. And then he has given the secrets also. So Baba explained that some fish actually they breathe like human beings from the air and they will release the water. But normally the fishes they are breathing through water. They are taking oxygen from the water.
Next.
But some fish they actually directly breathe from the air and they make the water. So Baba recommended that in the ponds we should have this type of fish. They can create the water. So some interesting things are there. Baba asked one time question, why the dogs chew the bone? Baba asked the question, why dog is chewing the bone, which is dry, it is no flesh in there, there is no food value is there, but why dog likes so much? So most common answer is because the dog wants to bite something to make his teeth strong. That's why he's chewing. That's the normal people answer. But I think Margis knows the answer of it. So who knows the answer?
Very strong, its own gums will bleed that. It thinks that I'm tipping the piece of that actually some inside the bone. But it is not so. Its own gums are bleeding.
Was this answer known to you before Baba?
Some Baba's literature only some.
So before Baba it was known?
No.
But how come Baba came to know this?
Yogananda has written in his book, in biography.
In biography it is written. Okay. So only the spiritualist people can understand. While chewing the bone, its gums are getting hurt and it's bleeding. The dog thinks that this sweet blood is coming from that bone. So he chews more harder and more it becomes more juicy. But he doesn't understand that. Then another question Baba asked, why you see the monkeys, they are scratching the back of other monkey and eating something. What they are eating?
Life.
That's what commonly we think because we see the woman's mother quickly taking the lice and peeling them on the nails. That's what we think. But Baba said no. It's not true. It's not true. Jew, it's called lice. Baba says that the monkeys actually they jump too much. Okay. They are jumping from this tree to that tree and they actually not eating salt. But when you jump, run, what happens? You sweat a lot. When you sweat a lot, what happens? You are actually releasing more salt. Your sweat is very salty. Yeah. So their body needs salt. But in their normal, you don't see that monkeys are cooking food and putting salt there and eating. So they just eat fruits and this and that, whatever is there. So they are lacking much salt. So what they are doing, when they have a lot of hairs on their body. So when the sweat is there, some salt crystals forms it down their skin. And that's irritating also. So what happens, they scratch also and they themselves eat. Or the mother also takes that child is feeling irritation with this salt. So mother is helping to remove that irritation and fixing this salt deficiency also. So how does Baba knows that they are eating the salt from it? So it's only because he was Parapurusha. He knows that what is happening there. Okay. So that's the end of the... but now we are going to do one thing, is that every seminar we take the attendance report, we take the duties and we have Bhakti Pradhan reporting, we have MPS unit reporting, there is every trades meetings are also there. So now, like the first seminar we divided into groups. So now we'll do the group also with seniors and newcomers and juniors. And we will discuss on what departmental duties and some departmental meetings we will do. And we will have our workers